Hello, everyone. Back to the Apex Gauntlet. I'm Tandy, joined by Raph. Say hi, Raph.
Hi, Raph.
Today we are playing the non-bow breach deck against a cadre of killers from Modern, and the first match was pretty fun. Scam defeated the Underworld breach deck, and I mean, Scam doing Scam things, right?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly felt very powerful. The Scam decks, some of the draws that they're capable of can hang with anything in the format. So.
Right. So now we're going to be moving on to our second deck of the day, and this one is going to be Blue-Red Murktide. And I think yesterday we likened the non-bow breach deck to Murktide, but just kind of replacing Murktide Regent with Underworld Breach, because they function similarly with the Graveyard, but Underworld Breach just does something kind of out of control when you have Mishra's Baubles, Dragon Race Channelers going. It's just a different payoff card, but a very similar card to Murktide Regent.
Yeah, actually, it's a very similar game plan. I think that, as we discussed yesterday, I think the breach deck is likely to be pretty favored in this matchup.
Sure.
Simply because you just have a greater potential of having just this card Underworld Breach when the game goes long as it will.
Yeah.
In a matchup where both of us are trying to stick a threat and deal with each other's Ragavans and things like that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the match. I lost the first match, so I'll be on the play here for game number 1. And taking a look at my opener. It's great. Got to keep. No complaints.
Yeah, I like mine as well.
All right, so I'm going to do the little Mishra's Bauble trick. We're going to target myself, and then I can either play Steam Vents or fetch lands. Top. Oh, I forgot to side this out. Sorry. These should be in the deck where those are. Pardon. I thought I took them out, but I just took out a different white card, I think.
So we had a question from chat.
Yeah, what's that?
Are you living in Ohio now? Last Shredder Shane saw you moved to California.
So about 4 years ago, my wife got a job working for Blizzard, and we were out there for a little while. But then we moved back to Virginia about 2 years ago. And right now, though, we are coming up to Ohio for the Apex stuff because we really like working with these guys, and they want us to come do live commentary. And it's pretty cool.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and shock a Steam Vents and get that out of here.
He did. All right, draw for turn. I will play a Scalding Tarn and pass. Actually, I'll play that. I kind of like saving Baubles.
Yeah, especially when you've got stuff like Ledger Shredder, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Ledger Shredder and Darcy both. And I don't know, but since I don't have anything else to do, I might as well play it, and then I can target myself again and maybe use fetch land to protect my draw.
Yep.
Shredder Shane, you a big fan of Guga, huh?
Alright, I'll cast a Birdman.
No. Okay.
I'll pass.
All right, we can my own thing, and we're going to look for essentially just for Lightning Bolt, I think. I think it's too early for Breach, so we're going to shuffle it away. And we're going to get a White's Horse in case we draw Fairy, because bouncing Ledger Shredder seems fun.
Yeah, or even Prismatic Ending.
Yeah. All right, untap, draw. We'll draw for the Bauble. We'll draw for myself. I'm going to play Expressive Iteration. I'm going to do a cool trick if I find the Lightning Bolt. Creature instant. Okay, so this will be Delirium. So we'll go Unholy Heat here. Go this to hand, this on bottom. So now we have Delirium. We don't have to do the cool trick anymore because it's an Unholy Heat instead of the Bolt. But I will go ahead and fetch and kill it. And you do get a Connive.
Yep, I sure do. I'm going to discard Odoar.
All right, here we go. Here comes the Merc man.
I'm going to go ahead and fetch.
How many?
It'll be 3. Yeah,
okay.
I'll go. That's
4/4 Murktide?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
He's not big.
It'll be another Ledger Shredder.
Okay.
And it will also be a Dragon's Ridge Cannon Trigger.
Yeah.
I am currently 3 types.
Okay.
So I'm going to discard a consider.
Okay, I go.
Yep.
Draw for turn. I'm gonna go prismatic on this.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna fetch an island first and do it off Island Hallowed, so I don't have to
Yeah, that's fine.
drop again.
All right, 14 aside.
And then we'll go double Darcy and a bobble trigger 1. Graveyard trigger 2. Graveyard, we're just looking for brief now. There we go.
You've got 1 card.
1 CAD.
All right. Yeah, let's start with an expressive variation trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and bin that and resolve expressive. All right. I think we'll go ahead and put this one into hands. How that's
No.
play a Scalding Tarn, bolt a Darcy trigger.
Yep.
Keep that one on top. I believe I am now delirious.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorcery instant, land creature. Means this is forced to attack. Yep. I'll pass turn to you.
Alright, I will bubble. I guess you. Let's see, I guess, in case you want to draw it. Alright, untap. Draw for a bubble, draw for turn. We're gonna play around Spell Pierce. I'm gonna play an iteration.
Yeah, that's
Top 3. We'll go this one to hand. This one exile, this one on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast it.
Sure.
Here we go.
Now the question is, do I want that DRC that's on top of my?
How do you know that? How do you know that's DRC?
Because I.
Oh, you surveilled it. Okay,
yeah.
okay. I was like, that's my information.
Joke's
mine.
on you. Both of us have that information. Let's see here. Does this deck even play a mountain main deck? I don't think it does. No. Interesting. New family cards.
I have 3 CADs.
All right, I'm at 14. I'm gonna drop to 11, and we're gonna delete that.
You did. Harvey Budman. Alright, no Murktide. That's all. If you ever play Murktide, I'm just really in trouble.
I mean, I'd really like to play Murktide. That'd be pretty cool.
I would love to draw Breach and just play like 18 bobbles.
So you're saying our decks would like to draw their namesake cards at this time?
Yes.
Yes. Quite agree. All right, draw a card. Now that's a Murktide Regent.
No.
All right, we're gonna go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think I care about Delirium much anymore. I'm just gonna get rid of 5.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Draw. Alright, we'll play around Self Pierce, but we gotta try.
Mm-hmm.
Teferi. You got counterspell?
That happened.
Yay! No counterspell! Alright, bounce.
Yeah.
And draw. And again, a or a second spell Ledger Shredder. I'll do it again.
Bobble.
Mm-hmm. It's this one.
That's a good one. I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Trigger.
Yep.
I'm thinking what to discard with Connive.
Alright.
Could have connived off the Teferi? Yeah, but if he has Spell Pierce, I lose. So, and I'm pretty sure he's got Spell Pierce rotting because he's had 3 cards in his hand the whole game.
Look,
I'm a brain genius.
You're a smart man.
I am literally the smartest person on my side of the table.
Go ahead. Draw a bubble.
Yep. All right, draw for turn. Easy tick up.
Yep.
Consider it.
I agree.
Top. Keep it. play.
I like how I'm saying I agree to things as though I can possibly do anything.
Oh yeah,
with
you
that
can't
fairy on the
interact with one.
battlefield.
All right, breach.
Yeah, that happens.
We'll discard.
Just gotta draw 40 cards.
Consider. Yeah, we're gonna play Darcy.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go bobble once. Surveil. Draw one. Can you just put a die out? Right. Bobble again. Mill one. 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 Then bobble again. Mill one.
And all those are in exile?
Yep. And then this will be in graveyard. This will be graveyard. This will be in graveyard. I'll type for 2. Did I discard a spell? I did. All right, you're gonna take 3, and then I'm gonna draw 7.
Yep.
3.
On my upkeep as well.
6,
So,
7.
yep. Don't even have to discard anything.
Nice.
Turn. Man, these sure are a lot of cards that are bad against a fairy time rattler.
Man, that old very time rattler had it again.
Yeah, that boy done did it. Alright, I'll guess another trigger.
Yeah.
Mishra's Bobble, can I?
I will draw.
Yep.
I will pitch. Stinky old Spell Pierce.
Yep, you get a counter. I will connive. I will pitch this Spell Pierce. That's what goes in my hand forever. Yep. I'll go ahead and bobble you.
It's this one.
Alright.
Is it the other Teferi?
No.
Okay. Breach gonna get Bobble banned? I mean, if they ban Bobble instead of Breach, I'm gonna be actually upset.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap. Draw for turn. I have instant, sorcery, artifact, enchantment. So I have it. I have Delirium.
You do indeed.
Easy tick up.
Alright. Yeah, sorry, I draw Bobble.
Yep, that's fine. Alright.
I will. That thing's 4 power. I'll block Shredder there.
Okay.
Alright, take 4.
Okay. I'll pull the big one. Actually, sorry. I'll go. I should sequence this better. We'll go Ledger Shredder, then Bolts, Connive. That's why I was doing that first. Maybe that's bad. Am I gonna die? No shot, right? Okay, I'm gonna bowl this one first.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the thing that I wanted to do. Surveil 1. Up. I will. Okay, I'll put this whatever. Yep.
I will discard a counter spell.
I gotta count it too.
Yep.
Stupid. We'll pitch a expressive iteration. I'll play this. I'll play this also. I'll play Spiral of Canal. Take it.
Consider.
Yep.
Yeah. Better. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Turns out 2 mana draw 7's not bad.
Yeah, that was good playing around the Spell Pierce. So obviously, I had that. For a
I
while.
needed to draw the 5th land. That was the one that I peeled. That was like, oh yeah, I can do that. I was just assuming I was about to hit with a counter spell, and you're gonna play Murktide again. I was gonna be pretty sad.
I would have liked it if that were the case, and I might have tried to slow play that a little more. But the hard permission in my hand was the Archmage's Charm. It's just so hard to.
Yeah, get to 5 mana.
Yeah.
It do be like that. All right. Let's see.
All right. Guess I'll be on play.
Well, I did draw one of my 2 answers to Murktide. Congrats to me.
It's all it takes sometimes, you know?
Running you like Cascade, huh? Well, sucks, man.
I mean, I also don't like Cascade, but that ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. There's too many Cascade decks, and they're too different.
Yeah.
You know, and people like them too much.
Maybe Violent Outburst was the problem all along.
Yeah. Maybe they should not have. I don't know. It was a weird mechanic, Cascade, but at this point, it's just iconic.
Jeez.
I'm gonna mulligan. Out of sequence. 'Cause we're just playtesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this hand or not.
Okay. Well, you can always do what I do and say,
think-
for science! And then keep.
I think this is a little too bad, the matchup. It's like one lander Ragavan Bauble, and like counter spells, but no way to force through the Ragavan if you just have a blocker. I think the odds are that I will miss my second land and die immediately.
That is a common sequence. When you keep one lander on the play. You let me play decks without counterspell and don't feel bad about it? Well, I got some good news about this breach deck. It don't play counterspell, and it's pretty good.
That's true. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put. I'll put this one.
All right, you're up. All right, well, I cannot imagine my Rogman is going to survive, but I don't see any other reason not to play it.
That's accurate. 17.
Spirebolt Canal is so broken.
Yeah, right.
Maybe my favorite land ever made. So clean. Miss me with Volcanic Island. That thing's too needy, too expensive. Gotta stop by the Gucci store on the way home. Keep Volcanic Island happy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here's.
Oh.
Main deck spells snare.
Got me. Dude, I think Spellsnare's great right
Oh,
now.
yeah, spell snares. Excellent. DRC.
Yep.
Bobble Arena trigger.
The trigger resolves.
Okay. I'll bid that.
Yeah, I'll pull the. Yep, 13. Okay.
I'll bubble you.
Top. Bonk.
Yep. And draw for bobble on your upkeep.
Ooh. Alright. Bonk. Had it the whole time, huh?
Yeah.
You
That's
did
not
not
happening to me
flinch.
again.
You looked at it and you didn't flinch, and it's like the best card possible. And I was like, yeah, there's no way it's resolving, obviously.
Stone face at all times.
Yeah.
All times, Standy.
Well, you weren't stone faced last game, so I know that's not true. So I knew you had the answer.
I vacillate strongly between being overly evocative and showing you nothing.
All right, you're good.
That way you never know where I'm coming from.
It might be the one burnt taco. It's kind of crazy to watch Underworld Breach just win the game without a combo, you know? Just, oh yeah, draw 8 cards. pull you. Oh my
Ooh.
jeez.
Ooh, I like that. Pass that one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Exile that one. This one in my hands. This one at the bottom. I'll go ahead and play that untapped and pass the turn.
Alright. I wonder if that means Spell Pierce.
Could just be considering. But it does mean Spell Pierce.
Go.
Had both of them, huh?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, stash rifle.
Yep.
Alright. Treasure.
Spell Pierce is the best card in Modern? It's pretty good. It's pretty good right now, too.
Okay, let's consider.
It's the thing about cheap threats. Cheap threats make Spell Pierce much stronger, so a lot of the Spell Pierces are getting paired with Rogman, and it makes a ton of sense, right?
Yep. Yeah, Spell Pierce backed up by cheap disruptions. Pretty good.
I'm just going to pack it down. All right, 1 1. We're gonna go to sideboards here, but we're not gonna cut. We're just gonna pull them out and talk about them as we make our choices. If you have any questions for us, hit us up in Twitch chat. We are reading chat as we play. I don't know what the sideboard here. Should these should the spell snare come in? Do you know?
Spell Snare doesn't seem that good. It pretty much only hits Expressive and Letter Shredder, but I don't know, maybe that's good enough. You could also maybe worry about something out of the sideboard, because like I do have these unlicensed curses, for instance.
DJ says accept and hammer, and yes, that is true. I cannot stand playing a blue splash for spell pierce. That is crazy.
I actually
talk.
do like this Brotherhood's end against you as
No,
well.
don't do that to me.
Yeah.
How would you do that to me?
Potentially a Brave, potentially Mystical Disputes, Flusterstorms, obviously consideration as well. Though I don't think Flusterstorm is as good. It's trying to win counter wars, maybe through something like a Spell Pierce, but I don't know. See what I'd like to take out here, I think, is the optimal thing. We don't want to overboard.
I'm also a big fan of cutting spell pierce after board because people will still play around it, so it just has like a ton of value.
I do that all the time in cube decks, for instance. You show someone a Mana Tithe in game 1 and then just get it out of your deck the rest of the time.
Yeah.
They're just going to play around it forever.
So I'm going to be trimming Prismatic Ending and Spell Pierce when we're bringing in Monster Mentor and Path. When your opponents get more interactive, cards like Spell Pierce are a little bit worse. The games get broken down into top deck battles, 1-for-1 trades, and Spell Pierce doesn't always trade up. And when it doesn't, you're in trouble.
Yeah, sideboarding in this particular matchup seems pretty difficult from the Murktide side, because there's a lot of things you could bring in, but you've got a pretty delicate balance of, say, like removal spells and creatures.
There is no focal point to exploit, so sideboarding
exactly.
is much more difficult.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to shave on a couple considers in this Archmage's Charm. This just seems very expensive for what we're trying to do here. I think this Brotherhood's End is going to be quite good. And I think I do like the unlicensed curses as well, just to try to control the DRC battle.
So Nintendo Champ asks, could Counterspell be played in the Fair Breach deck? Yeah, of course. You could cut the Gigantas and maybe try to find room. Whatever you cut, though, you're just going to have to, probably cut the white. You got to cut the Teferis and the Prismatic endings would be my guess. And I don't hate that. I think that the white splash is not that good, to be honest. I feel like maybe Wrenn and 6 or something would do a bit better in the deck, and then you can maybe play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. But that's just me. I love me some Teamer. I love me some Wrenn. Hell, we could even get Tarmogoyf up in the mix if we're being frisky.
Yeah, you never know. Tarmogoyf, not necessarily all that impressive nowadays in a lot of matchups, so you never know.
Apex says Wear Tear is pretty insane in the board for the Hammer matchup. I agree, but the last event I played, I had Ancient Grudge in my sideboard for that matchup, and it was stellar. Ancient Grudge being able to bust up 2 hammers at 2 different instances, knocking off their Inkmoth Nexuses when they go for the kill, and it's an instant. And you can mill over it with Darcy, and it's like just free, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you're just kind of going after different things. I mean, there aren't that many Urza Saga decks running around that aren't Hammer, so like, Ancient Grudge is pretty comparable to Wear Tear in that sense.
All right, my hand is great.
Oh, don't like to hear that.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. I said that in my inner monologue.
Said the quiet part out loud.
Well, we're on camera. I got to say the quiet part out loud. That's the whole point.
All right, my hand is not so good, so I'm going to go ahead and send it back.
Five. I want to win.
Todd wants to be able to lord this over me the whole drive home.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen actual counterspell in the Fair Breach decks too much. I have seen Murktide just play one Underworld Breach in their deck. We saw that yesterday on camera.
Yeah, we did see that in our Murktide players deck that made top 8, I believe. Or no, he just missed his winning in for top 8. But I did see a tweet from Andrea Mengucci this morning. I think Mengu also played one Breach in his deck that he
said
just
he didn't
had
like
decent.
it though.
Yeah, exactly.
He said he cut a Murktide for it, and he said it was instant regret.
All right, I do like this hand more, so we're going to go ahead, I believe, and pitch. It's an interesting decision, but I think it's going to be this one. Being on the draw makes that card a little worse.
It's the not so scary one.
All right, that one's less scary. You know how I know is because I wasn't scared of this one that I drew. Go ahead.
We're gonna go Shocky Town.
Yep.
Ledgerman, Bobble, Trigger.
Yep.
Let's see. This time around, I want to mill the card 100%. So let's do that first. Then I'll connive.
I feel like if you know you're gonna want to mill the card, then you'd want to connive it away, right? So you guaranteed get the bonus on the letter shredder.
Well, I want to.
Oh, but you
I'm
want
gonna
to see an
guarantee the
additional
bonus.
card?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, but you like stack the connive
I
first.
don't know, man. I'm not a genius. I'm not a brain scientist. All right, I'll offer the trade then. It's fine.
Let's see. I think I'm going to accept that trade.
Yeah. Here we go. Letter Shredder being out of bull range here is pretty good. Maybe offering the trade's bad because it helps push him towards Delirium for Unholy Heat on the Shredder. Maybe bad trade. I do this thing, I think in chess it's just called simplifying the board. If you have, you know, queens trading or whatever, like that helps make the game decisions easier because the queen's just a really complex piece.
Right.
And so doing the same thing, you know, it's actually disadvantaged, I think, for me to do that. So I think that was just a mistake. Oh, I'll EOT look here thing. All right, draw for bubble. Okay, draw for turn. I will consider.
I agree.
Mountain. Every time I look for mountain, I pull the bolt. It just looks like a mountain in my brain because it just looks like the mountains from Kamigawa a little bit, just with how it's situated on the card.
Yeah, it's got the same like wood block or that same like nameplate in the same place.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go for a little Valley Breach. Trigger this.
I'm going to counter.
I have trigger. Hit this card, Path Exile, and hit you for 3.
I'm hit for 3.
Here we go.
And cast Expressive Iteration.
Looks good.
Alright.
I think Surveil then Connive is always best unless you like bobble yourself or something. So I think doing the Surveil first is important if you want to guarantee that the Connive puts a counter on your thing. I don't actually know. Like, they're both just filtering, and like, if you just want to ensure one thing versus the other, you just order it in such a way where you can maybe do that.
Gonna fetch shock, cast this Ragavan.
Connive.
Yep.
You want me to just do the scariest thing in the world?
Sure.
And discard Teferi.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Why not just see how dead you are?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I knew how dead I was about 5 minutes ago, but we'll see what happens. Go ahead.
All right.
That's why we play the game, son.
That's true. Play the game. Actually, I should just discard this stupid thing. Nah, whatever. It's more funny this way.
So you saying you have Path to Exile? Underworld Breach. Yep.
All right, let's get rid of some cards. And for this.
What are we casting?
This.
Oh yeah.
And I'm conniving with this. And I'm pitching Darcy. Counter. Now I will bubble mill 1. Mill 1. Consider mill 1. Draw. Consider goes back to the graveyard. Bubble. Remove these. Trigger this. Keep it on top. All right. No, graveyard. Play this. Graveyard. Crack. Crack. Play another one. Graveyard. Crack. Attack for 5. And then draw however many that says. 4. All right. Is that good?
It seems okay.
Seemed fine.
Seems okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the most awkward unholy heat I've ever drawn in my life. That card is 7 toughness. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and unholy heat the DRC, and I will attack with this Ragavan. Consider. I'm going to decline to cast that consider and pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Draw.
Can't taking, there were actually 2 baubles, so one of them did get exiled.
I exiled both. The last one I did not put into the grave. I put in exile, but I put it back.
Okay.
After that. They were right. I fixed it.
Got it. Okay.
Expressive?
Yeah.
All right. Top 3. Go. Ledgerman. This. Here. Cast Ledgerman.
Sure.
Knife. I'll pitch Rogman. I will shock. I will play Rogman.
Yep.
Back for 6.
I will channel Odawara.
Wow. Nice. Here we go.
Fighting tooth and claw here. Tooth and
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, right?
Why is there no Odawara in my deck? Odawara's great.
I'll cast a DRC.
Yeah.
Cast a bauble. Yep.
Let's see. I'm just gonna pitch a land, I guess.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and surveil for mine.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that where it is. Am I? No, I'm not. Spell it. I'm going to bauble you. Okay. I'm going to cast Murktide Regent.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 5. That's 3 counters. That Fragment's not doing anything. Go ahead, I'll draw it purple.
Alright, let's go. What are you at?
I'm at 9.
Alright, I'm just gonna. Fetch. Hope I have steam mints left. I do. I'll go to whatever.
Here, go to 8.
I'll play. No, I don't want to play this. Sorry. If I go breach and then bolt, then I can bolt again, and then I'll connive and I'll be able to bolt again. Okay, just double checking. All right, so let's go. Underworld breach
Resolves.
I'll go bolt you and connive.
I'm at 6.
I'll discard letter shredder. I'll bolt your.
Yep, I'm dead. Yep. All right. You are up 2-1.
Yep. Didn't even need to ferry, huh?
Still had all these. And by still had all these, it's pretty easy when one card. It sure still had all these.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Actually, I'm going to bring in the spell snare because you have counterspell too. And I can get a threat or an answer or an expressive iteration. All that seems pretty good. One breach played a threat and drew 4 cards, and the one cast 3 or 4 bolts. Yeah, you know.
Yep.
It's just classic. Just a classic Magic Gathering card. I don't know what you're. What do you want?
The text is all right there on the card.
Yeah. All right, this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna trim a consider.
Yeah, I trimmed 2 actually. I don't know if that's correct. But...
So there's this weird thing in Magic where it seems like you should never cut things like ponder, right?
Mm.
Consider, because they're efficient and they dig for the thing that's good. After sideboard, though, most of the time, all your stuff's good, right? Game one is when you need that variability in what your card can do. Like it can find an answer, it can find a threat. After sideboard, though, when every card's good, it just matters way less.
All
Now,
right.
if you're playing stuff like Young Pyromancer, you know, where casting a card actually generates like a piece of on-board value instead of just graveyard value or whatever, it's a little different. But I do think Consider is one of the worst cards in this deck. And I definitely don't like it in the combo breach decks, but it is just generally a good card. Uh-oh. Not the best starting look.
Yeah, my hand's okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it.
Well, Rafa, it probably should be Flooded Strand. I didn't build the deck. I'm sorry. We'll just say card availability. I had a Misty Rainforest. It should have been a Flooded Strand. Yeah, whenever you play 3 colors, all your fetches should be on color. That's just an oversight. If there's not already 4 Flooded Strand, I don't know the exact list. Top 6. Oop. All right, we gotta put one back. While Path Exile is good in general, Murktide, I think we can put it down for now. All right.
I'll start on 18 and a Dragon Trade Channel.
Dang.
It's not the Ragavan, but you know. Yep. That
Darcy down.
trigger.
Yep.
Go ahead. Roll over that one. Attack for 1.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Ledgerman?
Yep.
Bobble trigger?
Yep.
Yay! Alright, man. Discard a Path to Exile so we can get him out of bolt range. Here we go.
I will fetch.
Okay.
Get another Steam Vents.
Yeah, it's a very clear upgrade, right? It's just there to get Island or any of the dual lands, but it can't get Sacred Foundry, so it should just 100% be a Flooded Strand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many cards you got?
I got 3. And they're all great.
I believe it. Go ahead.
Here's... Okay, draw 2.
Take 2.
Alright, bye.
Yep.
Go. My man!
Matt.
There's very little reason to run something into Archmage's Charm there, so
Expressive Iteration.
Yeah.
Here.
we're gonna squeeze him a bit.
I'm going to go ahead and keep that on top.
Okay.
Expressive. Let's do that.
What are you doing?
That.
There you go.
All right. Cast this trigger.
Trigger's good.
I'll go ahead and keep that one on
I'm gonna need you to use your stage voice, my man.
top. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and attack for 1.
Ow.
All right.
Oh wait, it's not 3?
No, it's just 1.
It can be 3 right now.
Right? Oh yeah. That makes sense.
We're gonna
Let's
do
go ahead
3
and do
instead
that.
of 1.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, you got that guy. Go ahead.
It's a creature? Nice. Alright, untap with the Ledgerman. It is a creature. Nice.
Leaking info all over the place here.
Ledger.
I will counterspell that.
Dang. Okay. I will...
Sorry, I draw for Bobble. Yeah, gotta stop. I don't play with Mishra's Bobble off. Draw
That's
for
fine.
Bobble.
No worries. Alright, I'm going to fetch a tapped white source here. This is going to turn on Delirium. And then I'm going to try the Unholy Heat or Darcy and trigger my Ledgerman.
You'll succeed.
Yeah. We got a Connive. Alright, I don't know if life totals are correct. Chat, what should we be at? You tell me.
I don't know if you marked that last fetch. So did you use fetch shock?
I fetch taps.
Fetch tap. So you should be at 15.
Okay. What am I gonna do here? I want to cast Jegman next turn, huh? Okay. Bobble in the grave. Battle.
11.
Here we go. Oh, I forgot a shredder trigger on your turn. Dang.
Oh yeah. It happens to the best of us.
Sure do.
All right. Play a Spire Bluff tapped.
Magic's hard, man.
It really is. It really
A lot of
is.
little things. A lot of little things. I'm playing this game way more than half my life now.
How many cast Murktide Regent?
Yeah, I'm tapped out. Force a counter spell.
It's just gonna make it a 5/5.
All right, it's 5/5.
I'm gonna cast a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Good night.
Yep.
Scar Cements.
I'll pass turn you.
Draw. Fetch. Islands. Thank you. And let's see, I'm at 14, you're at 11.
That's correct.
And my creature has 5 toughness.
Yep.
Okay. Reach.
That seems like a really good card, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
Alright, we'll go Unholy Heat. It's going to trigger the Ledger Shredder. Gonna make sure I keep Delirium. We'll target Murktide and I'll connive.
Yep. Murktide down.
You have Delirium or no?
I do now have Delirium.
Dang. I exile 3. Alright, well, I guess I can just bobble twice.
Guess I'll just draw 2 cards.
Yeah. Right. Bobble once. Bobble twice. It's back in the graveyard. Type it as many.
So that's 6 total. I'm going to block.
Okay.
3 damage on it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Anyways, oh, I should do that with this still on the battlefield, so I surveil.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I will bin that.
Alright, your turn. I'll draw 2, and
Yep.
Breach will die.
Yep. I'll dash a Ragman.
Okay.
Deck.
I'll consider.
Yep.
Graveyard, draw. Alright, it connects.
I will decline to cast this. Yep, your turn.
Draw for turn. We'll go Ledgerman.
Yep.
I'll go Expressive Trigger.
Yep. That seems good. Except they'll be exiled. Yeah. All right.
That seems good.
Except for
Doo-doo.
you're putting it in the place where it's not in the battlefield.
Here we go.
All right. My things also don't seem good. Ledgerman holds our Ragavan pretty well.
To do that.
I'll pass to you.
Okay.
I agree.
I will keep. Draw. Yeah, that's battle.
Yep.
Go.
Dash Ragavan?
Sure.
Tech?
Sure. I'll try to bolt it.
I will count.
I will try to bolt it again.
You have 3 mana still available?
Yeah.
It's a lot of mana. Yeah,
I didn't play anything.
That happens.
I drew a bunch of cards off Underworld.
Go ahead.
Oh, trigger this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have for both of us, actually.
Yeah, whatever.
No, you have it for both of us.
Okay, fine.
I'm trying to help out a friend here.
Okay. All right. Let's go Underworld Breach.
I will concede.
I had a spell center for your counter.
Nice. All right. Well, you got that one. As we said,
3-1.
yeah.
I beat Murktide. Let's go. Deck's broken.
Dexy is very good specifically against Murktide because you'll just always win that attrition war at the end of the game with Underworld Breach.
As long as I have the answer to Murktide, whether it's Unholy Heat, Path to Exile, to Fairy Bounce, right? Like, as long as you have an answer to the Murktide.
This Brotherhood's End was stuck in my hand most of the game, and I don't think it should be at the back.
Cut that.
Yeah.
Cut that nonsense.
My thought process is like if I can just let you get ahead on board and then maybe sweep up and continue from there, but that was probably a bit of a pipe dream. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to play a 5th game. We'll see if we can get it in under the wire.
Okay. Didn't realize we were playing a 5th game. All right,
of course.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, I guess it is best of 5. Maybe we should just be done.
I was going to say, we're going to play a lot of Magic today.
That's true.
We just move on.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and go back to face cams. So let's talk about the matchup a little bit, how things interact and stuff. Since the decks are so similar, right? They play a lot of the same cards. What is your take on essentially Murktide Regent versus Underworld Breach?
So Underworld Breach to me seems a lot more powerful, especially because of that engine that you can just cast it and like Mishra's Bauble, 2-3 times like we saw in that game. Because what ended up happening a lot of those games is it came down to raw card count. Like you would resolve a breach, draw up to 5 or 6 cards, and I'd be standing there looking at my hand of like a Ragavan and some counter spells,
and then
maybe.
Holy Heat.
Yeah, Holy Heat. It's like, all right, well, none of my things matter because all your cards flashback for free.
Right.
So that was kind of what my takeaway was. Murktide never felt all that impressive. It's like, I could resolve it, but you have Path to Exile post board. You've had the Fairy game, pre-board games. So I never really felt like I was in a position where I could sculpt the game to where I'd have Murktide plus permission to protect it.
Mm-hmm. I think the big takeaway for me is I feel like the passive nature of Murktide, where you play those reactive cards like Counterspell, Spell Pierce, Archmage's Charm, you don't use your mana every turn that well, and it actually makes Ledger Shredder worse. That's one thing I noticed a lot when I was playing Murktide. While Ledger Shredder is like good in the deck because you have Bobble and things like that, I found the lack of being able to trigger Connive aggressively always made me a little sad. And the one thing that I really love about this deck is that I get to trigger it aggressively.
Yeah.
And consistently. And that's the big takeaway for me. I think that Breach just plays a similar game plan, but allows me to be way more proactive. You don't have as much disruption. I think losing Counterspell, you're going to probably be a lot worse off against things like, Living End or all the Cascade decks in general. But if those aren't in your local meta, like playing this and beating up on Murktide and stuff seems great, right?
Yeah, I mean, this matchup honestly did not feel close. Like the one game that I won, it was, I drew many counter spells and just had it backed up, and you didn't have threats to really contest the board.
Yep.
So, the Breach deck just looked fantastic there, I think.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to take just like a couple minutes while we get the 3rd and final Modern deck together. But don't go anywhere. Even after that, we're going to have a Pioneer Gauntlet where we're going to be running Gruul vehicles through the mud to see if it's good in that format. We'll be right back.